The following content is for entertainment purposes only. All of the voices in this video and this disclaimer were generated using artificial intelligence and are not actual quotes of the persons depicted. This content is purely satirical and is in no way a political advertisement or contains any political bias. Viewer discretion is advised.
How you doing, everyone? Welcome to episode 14 of Presidents. Play Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Nuzlocke. We didn't take on any gyms last episode, so we aren't wasting any time this week. I'm heading straight into Chuck's dojo so I can dispatch of him and Jasmine before we get to Mahogany Town. Are you gentlemen ready for an episode without drama and only masterful gameplay?
As long as Fraudbama isn't playing, I'm happy. But I beg of you to keep your word, George. We're only going into this gym with 5 Pokemon as it is, and if something goes wrong, it could go downhill quickly. Why aren't you using 6 Pokemon for this gym?
To be completely honest with you, there is a major level jump for these next 2 badges, and I didn't feel like level grinding someone that would be replaced. The second we get an encounter that could be slotted right in. It shouldn't matter though, because the 5 we have will be more than enough.
I think you definitely should have done a little level grinding off screen though. George, don't forget that Chuck has a level 30 Pokemon and Jasmine has a level 35 of her own. We could actually be screwed if either of them have a legendary.
Joe, why do you suddenly sound like you did in Pokemon Yellow again?
Because your gameplay was so bad last episode and I needed to get back to the good old days. Now quit breaking the 4th wall.
So you guys aren't going to let me walk free from episode 13, I see. You know what, that's fine. When I have the greatest redemption arc that Drake could only dream of right now, I'll say, do you guys remember all the shit you talked when I was at my rock bottom? I'll have my day, don't you fret.
I think there's actually a better chance that Drake somehow comes back from 50 feet under against Kendrick instead of you becoming a reliable team member. But if you really want to see rock bottom, how about we go into our donations from last episode before we battle Chuck? This should be fun. In fact, I think I'll lead them off in this episode. And our first donation comes from Presidential Gaming Drive, who despite in his wrestling series has me in last place somehow, is still a fine creator. He says none of this British people money goes into his pocket and that our Obama is an absolute liability unlike his. Don't worry, buddy. I have already taken this money to the bank and deposited it into my own checking account. Barry will never see it ever again. Thanks again, Drive.
First off, it's the ghost-type gym we've got right now. And second, who gave you the password for this channel so that you can collect the donation revenue? I thought our editor had control of it and that he doled out the funds equally.
I told him when I win the election this year that I would make him the governor of New Jersey if he gave me the password to the YouTube channel. These extra funds are going towards the attorney fees that I may or may not pay, depending on the results of my trials.
Biden, please promise the editor something better than the governor of New Jersey if you win the election. Donald can't be allowed to take all the funds going forward. Also, I'm going to teach Carrara strength since somebody needs to know it to proceed. It probably won't become an issue later on.
I see no possible way that becomes foreshadowing later in this series, so that works for me. Also, I have no issue promising him the spot of President of the United States if I win the election. I'm sure Kamala won't mind too much. She keeps saying this isn't what she signed up for every 5 minutes.
You probably should spend more time making executive decisions in this office instead of playing Pokemon and Minecraft. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, let's get back on track and go to the next donation. It comes from Logan Levesque via Ko-fi. Thank you for donating to us there so we get no fees. He thinks, oh man, I did know this was coming. That I might be fraudulent and either Bill or one of my family members should replace me. But I think that might be a little too drastic. I'm telling you, I'm going to turn it around and I'll be a pillar of this team going forward. Just give it time.
That's definitely not what he said. And maybe, if you spent a little more time of your presidency playing Pokemon, then maybe we would have a Suicune, Snoop, compatible Zeke, and Thor on the team as well. But now that I'm done smoking on that Fraudbama pack, I can move on to the next donation. It comes from MMA Lover 150, who donates us $5, reminds us how he threw our Lord and Savior, Dark Brandon, under the bus and points out the obvious, that he is becoming a liability for this team. I wish I could say my former running mate wasn't, but maybe he'll turn it around. Thank you very much for the donation, and George, just something to remember going forward. If you see another Ghastly, stick to physical type moves, because it knows mirror coat, and that could flip the script in a heartbeat.
Good look, Biden. That's a really nice catch. And if we had Mystery in there, who didn't one shot, that's the end of our new longest tenured team member. Our fourth donation comes from the Commissar General. He pays respects to our fallen brothers and can't wait for the day Donald finally screws up. As someone playing this run, I can't agree with you, because the last thing I want to see is any more of our party members to faint. But thank you again for the $15, and we definitely have more games to play after this. Generation 3 will be after Crystal.
Bro is going to be waiting a longer time than the Toronto Maple Leafs. Stanley Cup drought to see me have a bad episode. Sorry for the stray Leafs fans. But you know we're going to throw at least one sports reference in each episode. Cough Obama actually said the Leafs were going to win in our video. Man just can't stop losing. Anyway, our next donation comes from Zyler Ramsey, 7,748. He goes full white knight mode for Obama, saying he should be let off the hook since it was 4 instances of straight nonsense. While I respectfully disagree, because sometimes you just got to have that sixth sense, when playing this game, call me Bennett Foddy, because I don't plan on getting over it anytime soon. Thank you very much for the donation, though, and we definitely will see you later tonight for community night.
Well, it's good to know I at least have one person on my side still. When I hit this epic comeback, I won't forget your loyalty, Xyler. You're a real one, my man. But okay, George, it's gym time. What's the strategy for Chuck? The fighting type turned ghost type gym leader does have the level advantage.
I'm going to go with Polly Tussy to lead off, since we'll have the super effective move against any dual poison type, while also making sure we can't get hit with a mirror coat in case there's a Ghastly in our way. We have a slight level disadvantage, so I think this is the best game plan I can have. Now I ain't scared, old man. Time for you to hand us our 5th badge. Let's do this.
I think Polly Tussy can take care of anything Chuck throws at us. We don't have a super effective attack in this first matchup, but since it knows Flamethrower, it's got nothing against us. Wrap this one up quickly, in case it has some more moves we haven't seen George.
I'm hopefully not overthinking this, but I'm going to switch to Mystery just in case it knows something we don't know. Its health is still a lot lower than I'd like, and Flamethrower won't hurt Mystery either.
Oh shit, this thing's special defense is legit, and Bite apparently can hurt a good deal. George, for the love of all that's holy, please do not replicate Fraudbomber's play. I won't say switch back to take a free attack, but I don't know if I can take another episode of throwing.
I'm starting to think I absolutely overthought the situation when I switched. Seeing Bite wouldn't have been effective against Polly Tussy. But I'm just going to stay calm and stay the course. One quick heal and hopefully no more critical hits against. Psychic should lower that special defense soon.
Bite would be super effective against me, too. And both of you are absolutely right about Polly Tussy's health being too low to switch into an attack. Unfortunately, this is the situation you switched into, and you have to roll with it now. Chip away until it's knocked out.
Oh man, I really want to try and knock it out right here, but that just screams misplay. I'm just going to heal, which is probably the right thing to do. If I didn't make it faint, right there, everyone is going to turn on me faster than Dutch turning on Arthur.
You definitely ain't wrong there, George. Next week's donations would have been, how could you let our best girl faint? Or why are you letting all of our favorite team members faint on a weekly basis? You might have had to heal twice to get through this round, but at the end of the day, it's fine. And as you saw right there, you made the right call on healing, since it wouldn't have been knocked out. We definitely didn't get the best luck when it came to getting our secondary effect to kick in, but we're on to Chuck's last Pokemon now.
Slow and steady wins the race, buddy. It doesn't matter if it takes 1 turn or 10 turns. As long as the opponent's Pokemon faints and ours doesn't, you have nothing to apologize for. It looks like that Ghastly is his level 30 Pokemon, though, so I think you should switch back to the original lead.
Yeah, way ahead of you right there, Joe. This is the obvious switch. 1 Bone Meringue might be enough to wrap this one up, so let's see if this gets us a Storm Badge.
Not quite, but since it was a physical attack, that Mirror Coat is useless. 1 more attack wraps this one up. Great job, George. Way to bring home badge number 5. And now it's time for you to go get the 6th. Proud of you, man. Great start to the episode.
Thank you very much, Obama. It feels good to be playing well again, and I know you'll get back to this level of play as well. But you're absolutely right about having to get the 6th badge now. So this celebration will have to be cut short. This next gym sees another level jump and no warm-up trainers.
Oh shit, you're absolutely right, George. I forgot that there are no gym trainers before Jasmine. That means we have no idea what type the gym leader will have until we're actually battling her. That's super fucking dangerous, especially if she has a tough type to deal with. What's the plan?
I'd say lead off with the Reaper. Can't go wrong with some good hard hitting. Polly Tussy won us that last battle, and I say let it ride with Jasmine. Also, thanks for remembering to talk to Chuck's wife and getting Fly. The game just got so much more enjoyable.
Well, someone's fired up. Did Jill let you have a little too much sugar before we started recording today? But going back to the topic, I say me too, incredibly reliable, and its attack stat should carry us through the level difference. Don't forget, she has 2 level 30s and a 35.
Mind your own fucking business, Obama. I'm the goddamn president, and I can have as many Skittles as I want whenever I want, but the answer is definitely Polly Tussy. If you want to win, you choose him. End of story. Hold up a second, did Suicune just dance around us and then dip? Oh shit, he must have saw Obama and been like, oh hell no, I ain't taking another drill peck, I'm out of here.
Since you're on a massive sugar high, I'll let you get away with that one. But you got the battle with Eugene now, George. So you have an extra minute to think about our lead for Jasmine.
You actually got a feel for using when you consider everything. Man has been on the track of Suicune for years, and then out of nowhere, some random kid pops up and runs into it left and right. At what point do you realize you might need a change of pace with your career goals?
You say career, but let's be honest. How many actual careers can you have in the Pokemon games? Your options are the Pokemon League, a nurse, Pokemart employee. You work at one of the mega corporations in each region, a local business, or you live off money matches with other trainers. I mean, the only schools are the ones where you learn how to play Pokemon. Where are all these nurses and business executives getting their degrees? I'm convincing myself that they pull random hobos out of the alleys and say, hey, go create a master ball or go perform surgery. It's crazy, I tell you.
I never thought of that actually. Maybe there's just yet another undiscovered region in the Pokemon universe where they have an actual university and get job placement in a random region. I mean, I hope it's that, or I'm going to start second guessing every time we go to a Pokemon Center.
If there's one position we know has never existed in the Pokemon universe, it would easily be Navigator. I really want somebody at Game Freak one of these generations to explain how there is this region of people and Pokemon that somehow are always never discovered. It makes absolutely no sense.
Well, I think we stumbled on the perfect comment question for this episode. In fact, let's make it a 2-parter this week. Tell us how you believe that everyone gets qualified for their job position, and if you had to pick a job in the Pokemon universe, what would it be? Let us know in the comments.
As a businessman, I have to congratulate you for finally putting a dub to your name, Obama. Maybe you actually will beat the fraud allegations one of these days. If I had to pick a career, it would easily be head of the game corner. My experience would only help me thrive in that environment.
You ain't wrong there, Donald. I'm sure after Trump Casino went bankrupt, you know what not to do this time. I would want to create a career of a traveling ice cream man. Every time a trainer gets to a city in a game, my truck would be parked somewhere with flavors unique to each part of the map. Also, sorry everyone, but we taught Cerberus fly off camera after a long deliberation.
Going bankrupt is much better than getting arrested by Officer Jenny for trying to appeal to youngsters and lasses in every city around the map. Sleepy Joe, my game corner, would make millions more than your broken down shitbox of an ice cream truck.
You forgot to mention that career earlier, Donald. And that's the line of work I would want to be in. Not just an officer, but the commissioner of all police in the region. Commissioner Bush just has a nice ring to it, don't you think, Obama?
Can someone explain to me where Jasmine just went? There's no staircase back there, so I assume she just jumped out the window. But that is a pretty cool career idea, Bush. And you as well, Biden. I think I'll amend the question to say you can create a career that makes sense for the games as well. For myself, I would want to be the captain of a luxury cruise ship like the Sazan in the games to see the world from a different angle. But enough of that. It's gym time. George, what did you decide on for the strategy?
After really thinking about it, I've decided to lead off with mystery, with the absolute unknown of what type Jasmine uses, and the first Pokemon we see being level 30. I'm going to give us the best odds of a super effective attack with 4 potential outs. I trust our girl to lead this off right.
Just going to say I was right about leading off with me too, since Drill Peck would have been a 4 times move and probably one-shot her version of Shrooms. But you do still have 4 times with Fire Spin, so it's still decent in that regard. Give her hell, George.
Holy shit! Apparently, Shrooms would have grown up to be a special defensive fucking tank. I know Fire Spin isn't the strongest move, but it did only that much damage with 4 times effectiveness. Even though I feel like knowing Fraudbama's foresight, it will have counter he might have been right.
Speed advantage, and it has supersonic. George, you got to wrap this one up quickly, buddy, because this could become an absolute hell for us. Good thing that first one missed at least.
I just wish Psychic would have done a little more damage. Donald, you weren't wrong about this thing being a special defensive tank. It's incredibly high, so Mystery just has to chip away. It's half grass type, so it might have a grass type move. I don't want to switch in me too for that reason.
2 more psychic attacks should get it done. Don't make that switch like you did earlier in the episode and just stay the course. I just know she'll power through and get a hit off right here.
That's my fucking girl. Way to show off your 300 IQ and power through that confusion. 1 more attack and that mushroom bug is out of here.
You better believe Mystery's our ride or die. Get that attack off.
Well, that was a letdown, but would you look at that, Obama? My future sight is stronger than ever, and you might have walked us right into a trap with me too, since it had counter. Way to make the right call. George, I always believed in you, my fellow Republican.
We got the knockout with virtually no damage. So I'm not even going to be upset you were right about that one. And seeing her next Pokemon, this is clearly the bug-type gym. She's got the strongest bug of them all right now. So be careful, George. Wait, what? You're going to leave in Mystery right now? George, what the fuck are you thinking? She's confused.
Take a breath, Obama. George is cooking and Jasmine is throwing right now. She changed the weather, so Fire Spin will go back to 4 times effective and not lowered by Rain Dance. Just trust the process. It's not like we have any other super effective attacks against Caesar anyway.
Yeah, I'm actually panicking a little bit right here. Sky attack is coming and we can't land a hit. Please tank this Mystery. All right, what level did you learn Future Sight, George? Because I thought Mystery was headed for the glue factory, right there, with that absolutely reckless play. How in the world did Sky Attack do just about as much damage as the sandstorm. Even 8 levels higher, that attack stat is horrible.
As I said back in episode 6, Mama didn't raise no bitch, but I will say I haven't perfected that move yet because holy shit, why can fire spin not hit this damn thing? First turn fine, we were confused. But that's now 3 fucking misses in a row. Come on, Mystery, burn the damn bug.
Mystery better learn flamethrower somewhere along the line because this damage is absolutely pitiful. Yes, I understand the level difference, but doing maybe only a quarter of its health? God damn it, that's just super low. At least the Caesar has no moves. We have to worry about apparently.
It looks like we only need to land 2 more of these at least with the slow additional damage we're getting at the end of each turn. Maybe. I should have leveled up the team a little after all. As long as Sky Attack doesn't crit, we are in good shape. And it doesn't look like it did. But oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Is the accuracy of this move 70 or 7? This is absolute horseshit. No pun intended.
Sorry, George, but I only got about 18 hours of sleep yesterday. So I think I'm going to take a nap, seeing I think you'll eventually win this. But Mystery is actually blind right now and dragging this out way too much.
Normally I'd try to fight you on something like that, but you aren't wrong. That's 4 misses and would have been the knockout blow for sure. I have to heal up right now, but Mystery, please just end this fucking battle. I'm begging you.
It's fine, George. Take a breath because one more attack takes Caesar down. It took longer than we wanted, but it's finally going to happen.
Yeah, you are right about that at least. It's also going to give us some pretty sweet...
Please tell me that Bugcatcher bitch didn't just use a hyper potion, forcing us to literally do this all over again from the start. There's just no way she did that.
I'm sorry, Donald, but that sandstorm didn't get into your eyes. She used a hyper potion, and now we have to wipe out its health bar again from the start. Everyone hates on Whitney, but I'm switching my hate to Jasmine for delaying the inevitable with the weakest hitting Caesar in history.
Screw it. Biden had the right idea for once, and sleeping through this battle is exactly what I'm going to do. Where's the air mattress you said you kept in here? Wake me up once we have our 6th badge.
Oh, hell yeah, cuddling with the homies. This is the best sleepover ever. I'll get the Skittles.
I swear if you try to spoon, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth and turn you to dust, old man.
So, yeah, I'm just going to keep focusing on this battle and try to win it as quickly as possible so we can get to Mahogany Town before the election. We are so fucking close. And I doubt Jasmine has another hyper potion.
I know we could have just knocked it out right there, but I'm not going to lie. I like the idea to heal up and then let Fire Spin take it out at the end of the turn anyway. Oh, never mind. Sorry I pulled a Clinton right there, George.
Jasmine didn't have another hyper potion, so it's not a big deal. I'm just happy that we have finally dispatched with her ace and that we are on to her final Pokemon. I'm just praying it's not another Caesar and we can use more than fire-type moves. Oh, fuck yes, it's just a Scyther. I'm going to give Cerberus her debut in this series and fuck it up with Ice Beam. It feels good to finally have a strong ice attack on this team.
As long as Scyther doesn't bust out a random Surf, we'll be in good shape. It took an eternity. But George, you deserve a lot of credit. You kept our team alive and picked up 2 badges. We needed an effort like this after my admitted poor play last episode, and you got us back on track. Thank you, man.
You never have to thank me for that, Barry. We're a team. We might shit-talk each other or rag on our play sometimes, but at the end of the day, we're the best friends we've ever had or will have, and we'll always have each other's backs. And just like that, we have our 6th badge. Good night, Jasmine.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, wake up idiots. George beat Jasmine. We're moving on.
Oh, money, I love you so much. I'll divorce Melania, and we'll run away to Switzerland, and I'll put you in the greatest bank account ever.
Oh, chocolate, chocolate chip, I swear, baby, it's you who is my one true love. Cookies and cream means nothing to me.
Donald, Joseph, wake the fuck up.
5 more minutes,
stop
Mommy.
fucking yelling. Wait, what the fuck did you just say, Biden? And get your fucking arm off me. I said no spooning.
Oh, fine. You're no fun. Also, George, I take it you beat Jasmine. Did we lose any Pokemon?
No, sir, I did not. And in fact, we actually have an encounter before we get to Mahogany Town. So we might not only pick up 2 badges this episode, but also be net positive as well.
George, you have absolutely earned the W in your name so far this episode. How about wrapping it up with one of our best encounters yet? Your last one was Thor, so keep cooking and get us another great addition.
How about adding a dragon to our team that evolves in 4 levels? How does that sound to you, Donald?
George, I'm heavily considering buying the Texas Rangers and gifting them to you for your service to this run. Catch it, please.
Well, now that it used Harden, that will only make catching it even easier. Now there's no chance that a high damage roll with extreme speed knocks it out, and I'll be able to try to catch it next turn. Also, it has an ice type attack as well, so life is just so fucking good.
Stay with it, buddy. Next one catches it for sure.
You were right last time, so I'll trust you this time. Great ball, go.
Hell fucking yeah, Bush. Let's go. We have a dragon now. Couldn't ask for a better 6th party member. What are you thinking for the name?
Jackie Chan Adventures is one of my favorite shows, so I'll name Dratini after the dragon Shendu.
No complaints there. Maybe we'll even get to summon the Shadow Khan since we have Shendu on our side now.
Checking out its moves will be one of the last things we do this episode. So before we sign off, we have a few more donations, and I'll get into the next one from the one and only King Onyx. He wants to know why you're fumbling the bag so hard in this run, Obama, and he would be happy to replace you.
Thank you as always for the donation, Onyx, but the rumors of my demise are greatly exaggerated. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm only going to become an absolute pillar on this team. As the game gets harder, you'll see. All right, without further ado, George. How about we check out Shendu's stats?
It would be my absolute pleasure. Looks like it has a ton of health with 70. We already knew about Harden and Ice Punch, but it also has Aeroblast too. Holy shit, that's awesome. The attack stat is non-existent, but we might get a nice re-roll on the evolution. I think this is an absolute win.
No lies detected. It's a win for damn sure. But moving back to the donations, we have your Doom 4, who says he actually saw a worse battle than that entire episode. I find that very hard to believe, but thanks for the $5, man.
The next donation comes from Ram 420'em. He sends us $10. And you ain't wrong about, if I caught Suicune, things would have been all right. But did you really have to mention Michelle like that? Sorry. I mean, she is a beautiful woman, but I'll let you slide since you donated via Ko-fi.
Oh man, bro got caught slacking even on his episode off. But moving on, our next and most wholesome donation from this past episode comes from Cashulator 5317. He's loving the series so far, and we hope you and your new kitty enjoyed this episode as well.
And finally, we have another $100 donation from Neo Venom Strike. We cannot begin to tell you how much we appreciate our largest donator in the history of this channel. This donation was in honor of us hitting 100 live viewers, which happened for the second straight time in episode 13. These videos take a lot of time and effort to make, so to see how many people take time out of their days to see them make it all worth it.
Couldn't have said it better myself, but that is going to conclude episode 14. It's Sleepy Joe's turn next week, so hopefully he can continue his miracle streak of actually being competent at Pokemon games somehow. We will see you then.
Ain't no miracle, just pure fucking skill. George, once again, a standing ovation for you, good sir, as this episode might have been your finest work yet. Job well done.
That means a lot coming from you, Joe. Thank you very much, and thank you again to all of our donators and everyone for stopping by. Don't forget to answer our comment question and join the PokeForce 1 Discord in the description below. We'll see you next Thursday.
Take care, everyone.